Food has been a major stronghold in my life. I went through a lot at a very young age, and without even realizing it, food became my escape. When I was dealing with depression and anxiety, eating was the one thing that could quiet my mind, even if it was just for a moment. It gave me a small sense of peace, a little bit of satisfaction, a temporary break from everything going on inside my head. So I kept doing it for years. And the scary part is, I had no idea what I was doing to my body. I was completely numb to it all. Food wasn't just food anymore. It had become my coping mechanism. But eventually, my body started to change. I began to feel different. Things that used to be easy suddenly weren't anymore. My energy wasn't the same. My health wasn't the same. Doctor's appointments started turning into diagnoses, one after another. And even then, I still tried to ignore it. I kept pushing the warnings to the side. I turned a deaf ear to what my body was trying to tell me. And I kept eating. Lately, I've been thinking a lot about how we care for our bodies, not from a place of pressure or perfection, but from a place of responsibility. Because honestly, the truth is our bodies were never meant to just be pushed, rushed, and neglected. They were meant to be cared for. And learning how to nourish my body through food and exercise has been part of my journey. There's a scripture that says our bodies are temples, and a temple is something that is protected, respected, and taken care of. But I have to be honest, there were years of my life where I didn't treat my body that way. Overeating, lots of fast food, late night Uber Eats, deliveries, and Haagen-Dazs and Oreos, child. Woof. I completely ignored what my body actually needed. Now, I wasn't doing this intentionally. It was because my life was doing me instead of me doing my life. I was very numb to what I was doing to myself because my emotions had me by the neck. But within the last year, I've been learning something. Taking care of our bodies is not vanity, it's stewardship. It's honoring the life we've been given. I hit my 30s and I thought my body was going to keep being 21. Oh, but I learned the hard way. The aches, the pains, the loss of flexibility, not being able to get into my favorite fashionable pieces. It all put things into perspective for me. I knew I had to pull this thing up from the root. I needed to reteach and rewire my mind on the purpose of food and taking care of my body. Because just because I'm getting older doesn't mean that I have to use that as an excuse of why my body is not performing at its peak performance. Here are 4 things that have helped me. Number 1, food is more than just food. Food isn't just something to fill us up. It's information for the body. What we eat affects our energy, our focus, our mood, even our healing. When we nourish ourselves, we're giving our bodies the tools they need to function the way they were designed to. I experienced this firsthand. Once I was drunk off of food, I literally didn't have the desire to do anything productive afterwards. Just pure laziness on my end. Number 2, cooking with intention. So these realizations shifted how I approached cooking. Instead of me asking, what's the quickest thing I can make? I started asking, what nutrients does my body actually need today? Cooking with intention simply means being mindful about what we're putting into our bodies, choosing foods that support your health, preparing meals with care instead of rushing through them, and recognizing that every meal is an opportunity to take care of ourselves. Now, you may look at me and say, babe, how are you qualified to even talk about this? You're overweight yourself. Yep, I am. I'm also not qualified. I'm no nutritionist, so please make sure you discuss with your doctor what best works for you. But I have lived through it. I've lived through the struggle of overeating, emotional eating, losing and gaining weight, and I'm also dealing with the process of losing weight for the 3rd time. But this time in the right way. I'm sharing here because I want to be able to help those who deal with a similar issue as I do and let you know you're not alone. I thought I was crazy. I thought I was the only one dealing with this issue. And a lot of times we feel that way. We think it's just us because we feel lonely in what we're going through. But the more I shared, the more I realized that there was a community for conversations like this. I've learned you don't need to make the process complicated. Sometimes it's just choosing whole foods, adding fruits and vegetables, drinking more water, eating meals that actually give your body energy, paired with workouts consistently. And results come with these small choices that add up over time. Another thing I've been learning is how important it is to listen to the body. Our bodies speak to us through hunger, through fatigue, through energy levels, and sometimes caring for our temple simply means paying attention to those signals, resting when we need rest. My parents, my career-driven people, and just those of you who are just always busy overall, you need rest. You need rest. If you are interested, check out the description box below for the scripture for today's video. Also, if you are enjoying this video so far, give this video a like. Also, consider subscribing if you enjoy this type of content so that I know to keep putting it out there for you guys to see. All right, let's get it to the video. Number 4, changing my point of view of my body to a form of gratitude. I started taking care of my body as a form of gratitude. So gratitude for being alive, gratitude for the ability to move, gratitude to breathe and exist in this world. I thank God for the life that He's given to me. And that perspective changes things because it stops being about the rules and starts being about care. This year, I've been approaching food a little differently. I got a nutritionist. I'm about 20 pounds down since January. I'm not playing, y'all. I have so much God has taxed me with. I have so many gifts to share with the world, so many new skills to learn, so many people to touch and give to, and so do you. This body carries us through life. It deserves care. It deserves nourishment, and taking care of our temple is not about perfection. It's about intention. So small choices made consistently out of the respect for the life we've been given. And that's something I'm still learning every single day. Every single day. That's why they call it a lifestyle. I get it now. Now that we have fed our minds and our hearts and our spirits, I've been sitting here studying all day long. If you don't know, I am in school. I'm getting a master's in cybersecurity, so I have so many certifications to study for on top of my classwork. But I'm hungry. That's the point. I'm hungry. I've been studying all day. I'm hungry. So let's go eat. Let's go feed our natural man. I'm gonna put this chicken on, I'm gonna put it on low for now because I'm gonna actually get ready to leave the house in just a few minutes. So I'm gonna put it on low, and it's probably gonna cook for about 6 hours when I put it on low. But by the time I get to like a 4-hour mark, the 3 to 4 hour mark, then I'm gonna take all my vegetables and throw them in there as well. So now we're gonna cut our vegetables up for our crock pot chicken. I'm not going to cook them for too long, but I am going to saute them in just a little bit of butter before I throw them in the crock pot. Next, we are going to get started on our vegetable casserole. So this is such a good way to get vegetables in. Also, if you are a picky eater like me and you really don't like eating vegetables, this is another way to get vegetables in that tastes really, really good, that gives some variety and can kind of hide different textures and stuff. If you like a texture person, I'm a huge texture person when it comes to food, so it gives you a nice variety of textures and also different flavors. And I'm also adding a bit of cheese in here, just a little bit as well, to kind of help for me being a person who don't care for vegetables like that, but I know I have to eat them. So I found I'm always looking for good ways to incorporate vegetables into my food so that I eat them. When I have children, I know I'm going to have a time. I already know it. I'm going to have a time trying to get them to eat vegetables, y'all, because I would take a whooping instead of eating vegetables when I was younger. So, but then again, my husband, he might be completely different and they love vegetables, but it's probably going to be one. It's going to probably be at least one. So I'm just going to stack them in one by one, starting with whichever veggie you want to do first. I usually like to do the zucchini because it just has a better foundation than the tomatoes. So I usually start with that, and then I just layer cheese on them. You could put less cheese or more cheese. It's your casserole. You do it however you want to do it. But like I said, the most important thing here is our vegetables. We need that fiber. We need the fiber. We don't want to be eating all this protein and we're not eating what we need to eat to move it out of our stomachs. So keep that in mind if you are not a vegetable lover or you're not eating your vegetables. Or make sure you're taking in fruit as well. If you're not eating as many vegetables as you should. Just food for thought. And she is ready to go in the oven. Now I'm going to throw all of the veggies in there. We're about halfway there. So now I'm going to put all those veggies in there. Because had I put them in there in the beginning, it would have just been mush. And I still want my vegetables to still have a bite to it. Now we're going to take those vegetables out of the pan and we're going to put them over into the crock pot. The chicken has been cooking for about 3 hours now. So it's time to put those vegetables in there. Look, all that good juice, all that goodness. It is looking amazing. This chicken was so tender, y'all. So freaking tender. And I had so much juice. And it took everything in me not to make some cornbread to go with this. But I didn't do it. And this is our casserole, our vegetables for the week. Hey y'all, I'm sitting here editing the video now. I'm so sorry I did not get to do a usual closeout because I ended up having an audition that I had to turn in. I had to learn it, I had to record it and get it all sent in to my agent in like less than 24 hours. It was a lot of work. So I didn't get to do my usual closeout, so y'all forgive me for that. But I'm doing it now. I'm here just to say thank you guys so much for watching the video. Even if I could just be just a little bit of light in your day on today, that means absolutely everything to me. I love y'all. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.